everybody, it's Angie and welcome to Hot and Flashy. Today I'm going to review Perricone MD No Makeup for you. Right now I was contacted by a gentleman at Perricone MD who asked me if I would be interested in trying the No Makeup line. And so I said, sure, why not? And to my surprise, he sent me the entire line. So it was a lovely gift package to receive and so beautiful. So here is what I received. This is the entire line of No Makeup. I'm wearing it all today. This is the No Foundation that comes in 2 shades. The No Foundation Serum, the No Blush, the No Bronzer, the No Concealer, the No Mascara, and the No Lipstick. In general, this line, since it's a Perricone MD line of makeup, it's makeup that's also all infused with anti-aging ingredients. So most of these have an SPF and or vitamin C or DMAE or neuropeptides or something in it that is supposed to help to make your skin look better as you age and as you wear it. So of course I haven't used them long enough to know if the anti-aging properties actually work, and also I use a lot of other anti-agers on my skin which are probably way more potent and powerful than whatever you're getting in, you know, the tiny amounts that they are in here, but they are in there, so if that's important to you, they are. This is not a paid or sponsored review. I did receive the product and this is a pretty nice value, but I'm not being paid up front to say nice things about it. I am free to say whatever I want, good, bad, or ugly. All right, I'm going to start with the No Foundation. Okay, everything comes in a little glass bottle, so nice, good quality packaging. This is $55 for 1 ounce. It has an SPF 30 and it comes in 2 shades. Now the No Foundation contains neuropeptides, vitamin C esters, and alpha lipoic acid. And those are things that are supposed to help reduce the appearance of your pores and reduce your fine lines as well. Now the kind of idea behind No Makeup is that it lets the beauty of your own skin shine through. So if you hate your skin, this line will not be for you. But if your skin is in a pretty good place and you're more of a natural look kind of person, you're looking for just something sheer to put on, this line could actually be really great for you. These guys I didn't like as much as the No Foundation Serum, so this is what I'm wearing today. I'm just going to show you how it comes out on the pump. Color number 1, and here is color number 2. Okay, just so you can see the difference between color number 1 and color number 2 on my skin and the consistency. So they are kind of a little bit thicker. You can see they're starting to run down my hand, so they're not totally thick and cream-like. They're much more of a loose, runny, but highly pigmented foundation. And those are the kind of foundations that I tend to like. So I'm just going to take a little bit of it and rub it just right on the back of my hand here so you can see right below each one kind of what it looks like. So right down here is color number 1 rubbed in, and right down here is color number 2 rubbed in. So as you can see, this one is quite light, and so this would be good for fairer skins. This is definitely full-on medium, and again, like they said, you can blend them to get somewhere in between the two. Now, one of the drawbacks to this line is that the shades are very limited, the color options and everything. So these are the only 2 colors that it comes in. I used shade 2 yesterday, and that was a nice match for my skin tone. I am a solid medium. No matter what makeup I go in to get, I always get like the middle one. And so this happened to work for me, but there isn't a big range of color choices here. You can buy 2 and mix them, which is what they recommend if you want something in between. Or their other recommendation is that you buy the bronzer and use the bronzer to mix the color of your choice. Which, you know, by then, if you buy 2 of these, you're spending $110. If you buy 1 of these as a bronzer, you're spending $90, where you could probably go to another foundation and get a more perfect color match for you than to be having to mix it in your palm every time. So that's one drawback with this is that it's not offered in a lot of colors. I think I actually have a picture to bring in from yesterday when I wore them, and it was after 10 hours of wear, and it still looked good. I liked it just fine, and I think it wore pretty well. It never settled in my fine lines and wrinkles. It didn't do fantastic things for my pores or for covering things. It was also a little glowier than I like, so I had to put on more setting powder. But this is more buildable than the serum. So if you have things that you do want to cover, this would probably be the way to go because it does offer a little bit more coverage. But I did like the serum better. So I'm going to talk about the serum next. So this is the No Foundation Foundation Serum. This one comes with a dropper instead of a pump. So this one, there's 2 drops. It recommends 2 to 3 drops for your face. All right, so there's the consistency on that. You can see that that is like a runny kind of serum. And I'm just going to take it and that's what it looks like rubbed in. Here's my other hand with no makeup. I gotta say I was pleasantly surprised with this. Not that I wasn't expecting much. A couple of viewers had written in and told me that they loved this line of products, the serum especially, and so I had really high hopes for this. And whenever I have high hopes, that's when the product sucks and I hate it. So this one I had high hopes, and it actually worked out that it fulfilled them, because I feel like it really does look like I'm not wearing any makeup, but it does even out my skin tone and make my skin look better. You guys know that I've had a problem with my skin and some hormonal acne the last year, and so I have been wearing more makeup because I'm very conscious of the little red, they're flat, they're not bumps, but the little red scars that the pimples leave behind. And so I really haven't been going any days without wearing some kind of makeup, a little powder or something to cover that over. And I don't want to feel conspicuous about it. So I feel like I can put this on. It kind of blends everything together. It hides the blemishes. It's not super concealing, but when my skin is not that bad, it really works out great for me. So I can feel a little more polished, but not like I am conspicuously wearing makeup where people can tell. I feel like with this, people can't tell I'm wearing makeup, but my skin looks better than it actually is. So I really like it. I'm going to continue to use it, as I said. All right, on to the rest of the products in the packet. The next one in the order is the No Blush Blush. This is a cute little jar. This is, $35 for 0.3 ounces. It's an SPF 30, and it comes in 1 shade. This contains DMAE, so everything in here contains one of Dr. Perricone's favorite anti-aging ingredients, and they're all for different things. And again, not sure if it's in there in a high enough concentration that it's going to do anything, especially where you're just dotting the tiniest bit on your cheeks to blush. But this one has a little doe foot applicator. Alrighty, there it is. And you just take it and you make a couple of dots on your cheek, and then you just rub it around with your fingertips. So the other thing I like about this whole line is that you put it all on with your fingers. So the blush I like, it's kind of a universal pink color. There is the color that it comes out as. See that? And then when you blend it in, right, it just gives a nice, healthy, rosy flush to the skin. All right, then on to the bronzer, the No Bronzer Bronzer. This is $35 for 0.3 ounces. It's an SPF 30. It also comes in 1 shade, and this contains vitamin C ester. All right, now this one is in a dropper. So this one, you take a dropper and you put it on your fingers. I'm just going to put a drop on the back of my hand so you can see the color. There's the color on that, and let me just rub it in. So this, I don't love the color, I gotta say. It's kind of reddish. For me, it's a little too orange, a little too on the red side. It's definitely not muddy, but it's too terracotta for my preferences. I've never used a liquid bronzer before, and I feel like this is kind of nice because instead of adding extra powders to your skin, which sometimes, when you're older, you don't like the extra powders because you tend to look cakey, it's a nice way to put on a bronzer without it being a powder or a heavy cream. This stuff is so lightweight. Put it on. I put on, I think, maybe 2 or 3 dots here, 2 or 3 dots here, and then just rubbed it in. And it feels so lightweight and great, and it doesn't add like a powdery cakiness that I actually really like it. And you'll see me putting it on in the video. So I put some here, I put some underneath here to define my jawline. I think that looks nice. And then I took a little bit of extra because I have a high forehead, and I put some up here just to kind of have my forehead recede a little bit up towards my hairline, and I think it looks, you know, pretty darn good. I actually like this stuff. So this is another good product. I don't love the color, but I don't think it looks bad on either. So, you know, it's good. And what else is in here? All right, the next one is the No Concealer Concealer. This comes in a tube with a doe foot applicator. It's $30 for 0.3 ounces. It comes in one shade. This one contains vitamin C ester, phospholipids, and microcirculatory agents, and that is supposed to help with your dark circles. It's supposed to help to brighten and boost collagen. So here, a little dropper of that. Now this one is the least liquidy of all the products here, which I think is interesting. It's thicker, so I guess it's going to add more coverage. This is a concealer, so I guess it should add some coverage. So there it is. It's pretty pale, and again, it only comes in one color. But when you rub it in, you can see it in the middle right there, it stays pretty light. But it's also kind of sheer. It's definitely more of a brightening concealer, where I have it patted under here, and you can see I have that nice brightness under my eyes. It doesn't crease. It doesn't get into the wrinkles or anything like that. So all in all, I do like the concealer as well. All right, the one product that I really wasn't that happy with is the mascara. This is the No Mascara mascara. It retails for $30 for 0.28 ounces, and it comes in one shade, black. This contains neuropeptides and biotin to nourish and regenerate lashes. All right, now the wand on this one is interesting. It has a white stripe somewhere. I don't know. You know, once you put the mascara in and the wand turns black, you can't see where the white strip is, but it's got 2 different kinds of bristles on here, and as I'm turning it, I hope that you can see where it is. And so you're supposed to start by the white strip and put that on first to really define each lash, and then you're supposed to turn to the more bristly part to apply the rest of the mascara. Here's the deal on the mascara. It's kind of a wet formula, which I prefer a drier formula mascara because I'm a real clod. So when I'm trying to put this on, I tend to get it all over my eyelid. That's a problem with me. It may not be a problem for you. But what I find is that this actually makes my lashes look really nice and defined. It gives them extra length. And for No Mascara mascara, it actually is mascara-like in that it makes my lashes bigger, bolder, and more visible, and I have tiny, stumpy little lashes, so I like what it does for my lashes when I first apply it. The problems come in about 15 minutes later when it starts deteriorating on my eyes. This starts breaking down right away, and within 15 minutes of putting it on, I have little flakes all over my face of this mascara, which is one of my pet peeves about mascara. I want to put it on and I want it to stay in place exactly where I put it and not come off, not flake on my face, not smear, not transfer, and this does all those things. It's also kind of difficult to remove. I gotta say, when I take it off at night, it is, you know, 2 wipes to get it off, plus washing my face, then a Q-tip because it's flaked and broken up and it's all in my eye, then a Q-tip to dig it out of my eye. And also during the day, it does dissolve and get in my eye as well. So being a contact lens wearer now, it really bothers my eyes. So if you wear contacts, I would definitely not get this because a lot of it junk is falling in your eyes. You end up with black in the inner corners here for most of the day. So the mascara is the one thing in this set that I really have to say I was very disappointed in. There's one more product, and that is the lipstick. So this is the Perricone MD No Lipstick Lipstick. Again, love this little gunmetal gray packaging, metal packaging, and you have to twist it to get it open. So I kind of like that. So if it's in your purse, it is not going to be, you know, coming open or breaking. No Lipstick Lipstick is $30 for 1.5 ounces. It has an SPF 15, which I really like. It comes in one shade, which, you know, I'm not that thrilled about, and it contains neuropeptides. to condition and nourish the lips. All right, so here is the color it comes in. It's like more like a balm, but not a balm stain because it doesn't stain. All right, so there it is right there. So you can see how really sheer that is. So it gives the lips a nice little flush of color without being overly lipsticky. It feels really nice going on. It actually has a little scent. It's soft and maybe a little vanilla-y, and so it's easy to apply without looking because, you know, it's not like it's a super solid opaque color that if you mess up you're, you know, going to look ridiculous all day. It doesn't, you know, transfer around onto your face. It doesn't transfer onto your teeth, which is great. Unfortunately, I found that it didn't last very long. 2 hours is about tops on the wear with this. If you have a meal, it will definitely be gone after you eat. If you just put it on in the morning, it'll be gone before lunch. So it's one that you would need to reapply quite frequently throughout the day. All right, so that's the end of the review portion of the video. Now I'm going to bring in the before and after, and then I'll wrap it up. That's my review on the Perricone MD No Makeup line of makeup. So I hope you enjoyed the review and found it helpful, informative. If you were looking at possibly buying one of these products, I hope I steered you in the right direction. As always, I think it's always best to sample things. So I believe they carry this maybe at some of the bigger Sephoras, and you could get a sample there and try it for yourself at home. So overall, a mixed bag, but there was one product in there that I really liked quite a lot, and that was the No Foundation Serum. So thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate your time. Take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.